What is going on, X community? This is Exostomp here, and today, people, we're going to be going over our Week 3 match versus the Belligerent Brawlers. And of course, joining me today, since it's tag team, and yeah, it's going to be Galaxy Bomb.
Hello, everyone. This was a fun match.
It was. Well, let's start off with the team builder, shall we? So we got Mantine here.
Mantine was your call. Yeah. I didn't want to bring Mantine because I was really scared of Thunder Punch, because I knew a lot of them would probably bring Thunder. A lot of their mons would probably have Thunder Punch. So I felt like Mantine wouldn't have a chance to come in very safely. But you convinced me, and because, you know, with your strats, you would just murder everything with it. So I let you take the reins on that one.
Yeah, you'll soon see that it didn't work out as well as I would hope.
You know, it was there for moral support.
It was. But yeah, we did max speed, max special attack. This thing, if we set up a rain dance, can hurricane and basically wipe out their whole team. Besides, I guess Cobalion could live, I think, a hit. But other than that, I think most things die, which is pretty cool. Life Orb. We were only really gonna click Hurricane, but Hydro Pump did the same amount of damage as Hurricane to Cobalion. So, and then Roost, just because. For our next mon, this is gonna be Drifblim. Do you want to talk about this one?
Yeah, I love Drifblim. Drifblim is super flexible, so even if they see that we bring Drifblim, they're not going to be super sure what we're going to be using it for. But this time around, we built Drifblim to actually be more offensive than defensive. With Unburden and its Citrus Berry, if it takes a moderate hit, because it's pretty bulky already, it could take a neutral hit pretty effectively, pop its Citrus Berry, get back up to health, and be faster with its max speed, not max speed nature, but I think it's faster than all of their team except for some Scarves, right? Am I correct on that?
Yes. I think it's like 1 point slower than their fastest Scarfer, but other than that, yeah, we outspeed everything.
So with that, one, it becomes really safe to our acrobatics things, which doesn't do a whole ton of damage, but it is max attack, so it can deal some work. And because it's faster with stuff like Strength Sap, Will-O-Wisp, and Haze, which I think Haze is a very good thing to bring against, especially against something like Tomo. You never know with that kind of stuff. It means that it can really hinder people before they're able to take this thing down. And of course, with Strength Sap, it can then just heal right back up again. So Drifblim's a great pick. I'm really happy that we traded in our other mons for Drifblim, because I think it's a great addition to our team. Super flexible, lots of power in a lot of different places, and especially the Ghost type against fighting, I mean, that's just naturally good, so.
Yeah, took the words right out of my mouth. That was perfect. Drifblim is the GOAT.
Is the Ghost.
Alright. I didn't go that far, alright. We have a regular Togekiss with the Scarf. Air Slash, the Scarf Air Slash Togekiss does so much work, especially against the Mono Fighting team. With Dazzling Gleam, of course, as our move to hit stuff like Como-O and kill it in one shot, and Pangoro, it of course one shots as well. But we have Aura Sphere for stuff like Cobalion, and I guess mainly Cobalion, and then Wish as just a Wish support in case we want to press that instead. Max speed, max special attack, pretty normal.
Yeah, I mean, generally speaking, I think most of their mons were more physically defensive than specially defensive, so focusing on special attackers is better for us, I would say.
Yeah. For our next mon, this is going to be Skarmory. Would you like to talk about this one?
Yeah, so Skarmory, I love Skarmory. Super bulky, especially against their team, which is mostly made of physical attackers. Skarmory is going to be absolutely crucial. They could run techs like Fire Punch, but even then, Skarmory still tanks them pretty well. Especially with Roost, it can, and Rocky Helmet, of course, it can just wall a lot of mons. Plus, if they try and set up, or we're in a position where we've laid down a couple spikes, whirlwinds can keep them on their toes. If we're in a position where they set up rocks first and we haven't set up spikes yet, defog can always be nice. So overall, just a very wall-y type Skarmory. We didn't bring any attacking moves because, you know, especially against a fighting team, Skarmory wouldn't really be able to do too much. But it's a solid pivot in case we're in a bad spot and we need to buy some time.
Yeah. I did suggest the Weak Armor Brave Bird, like Weak Armor Swords Dance set.
Not this week. Maybe another week. I don't think it would work this week. It could work.
It could have. It could have.
I was already letting you have man time. Okay.
All right. You know what? Fine. All right. So Sigilif was this set was my idea. So we're running max speed, max special attack with a Life Orb Magic Guard. So that Life Orb doesn't do damage to us, but we still get the damage. We have Dazzling Gleam, Psychic, Air Slash, those are all normal. But then I put on Future Sight. The main reason was if we're able to get Sigilif in, and we're able to click Future Sight, nothing wants to switch into a Future Sight except for like Pangoro, and then it wouldn't want to switch into a Dazzling Gleam or really any flying move in general. It would die anyway. So I don't think we got it actually in this game.
I don't think we showed Sigilif a single time. It would definitely be powerful. It just there never was an opportunity for it to switch safely into something. Because generally the team they brought was like pretty hyper offensive. They didn't really have any major wall type Pokemon. Like even like their most wally would be, I guess, Cobalion, but it just volt switched out most of the time. So didn't have an opportunity. But if it did, we would have been able to take some work. But you know, things happen.
Yeah, just trust us, believe us. Okay, Sigilif is good. All right, we'll show you. So this next one, Aerodactyl. This set is a little weird. We only ran like half speed, and then the rest we put in HP because we didn't really need speed too much, as most of their mons are pretty slow unless they scarf them. And then max attack, Adamant, of course. We ran Aerial Ace because that does a ton, and that's its best flying move, sadly. Earthquake for the Cobalion, which I didn't notice this building, but apparently Aerial Ace does more than Earthquake because it's stab plus Tough Claws, so it's good to know. Protects.
That's not interesting.
Yeah.
For sure.
Protect for like fake outs from Metacham, which we probably were thinking was going to come, and then Taunt in case I want to set up rocks or something on us. We'd rather that not happen. So yeah. And then I guess with that out of the way, let's get on to the match. But before we go over that, this is the question of the day, guys. All right. I was gonna sneak it in the beginning, but let's do it in the middle so that whoever's watching.
Like an advertisement.
Yeah. So the question of the day, it's not gonna be on the screen, but it is: what is your favorite new move that they added in the DLC? I know mine is definitely Scorching Sands, because it's basically like a new Scald. Yeah. It is a little weaker, but it does give a lot of Pokemon, such as Palisand and even Crocodile that's going defensive. It gives them some utility, which is nice. And then, if I had to pick a second, or maybe first, I haven't used this yet, but Flip Turn. Flip Turn is really cool. It's a new water type U-turn, so I like that as well.
Mine would have to be the Steel Roller. I think it's really interesting to have a move that can deal damage and also remove hazards, but if they don't have hazards up, it's useless. I think that's a unique effect, and I feel like Steel is the kind of type that would make the most use of it because they're usually the defensive or the mons that rock the most tech moves. So I think overall it's pretty cool.
Steel Roller gets rid of terrain.
Terrain, right.
Yeah. Dude, if it get rid of hazards, oh my god, that would be insane.
Yeah. I mix it up, but still I think this is the first, besides just changing the terrain in general, this is the first way to actually remove terrain from the game, right?
I know Defog gets rid of it. I think. I think they added that.
That would not actually work.
I think they added that recently. I'm not 100% sure. I mean, you guys can correct me down in the comments if you want, but I think debug can. Not sure. Oh, actually, that might be just light screen reflect. I'm not sure actually.
According to the wiki, it clears away light screen, reflect, safeguard, mist, and all the hazards, but it doesn't. Oh, generation 8, it clears terrains. Okay.
There you go. Okay.
There you go.
All right. Cool. Well, there we go. You guys can still correct us in the comments.
Still though, a terrain clear that deals damage. I mean, it's similar to how they buffed rapid spin to be a bit more usable in terms of offense. So I think it's interesting to go in that direction and kind of push people away from a lot of terrain and hazard spam because there wasn't too many counters to it. So.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be very good when the Tapus come back because they're all fairy type. So yeah. All right, awesome. So, turn number 1, we have Infernape versus Aerodactyl. So we start off with Aerodactyl because there isn't anything that's technically faster than us unless it's Scarf. So we really didn't mind it coming in, and also we really don't mind it even dying right away because then we'll know that it's 1, it's either Scarf, or 2, we get a kill. But I think we pressed Taunt just in case it was Stealth Rocks.
Yeah, we weren't sure if it was a setup Infernape with Focus Sash or if it was a Scarf Infernape with offensive moves, whether special or physical. So here was just, let's figure out what this thing is.
Yep.
Because knowledge is power.
Yeah.
So they just U-turn immediately, but they U-turn faster than our Aerodactyl. So we know it's Scarf.
Yeah. Which
is very, very good for us to know this now. Because since it's Scarf, we're able to realize, okay, this is... Infernape's one of the main threats that we need to be careful of, because we don't know what moves it has. It could have Thunder Punch, it could have more rock, like, I don't know if it learns any rock moves.
I think it learns Stone Edge.
Yeah, but it's probably going to be one of the main things trying to take us down, so we have to keep that in mind.
Yeah. Speaking about things that are trying to take us down, we do know going into this that Cobalion does learn Volt Switch, so it's going to be extremely scary. Yeah, we did decide not to bring any of our legendaries or Dragonite, so we sort of brought our lower tiers this game, but we definitely have some fun sets. So
yeah, I was contemplating bringing in Thunderous because of having Volt Absorb against Volt Switch and stuff like that. But it doesn't really do much outside of tanking electric moves, at least in this matchup. So overall, I feel like our lower tier, also the fact that they would be prepping really hard against stuff like Landorus. And we know that's going to happen. So sometimes bringing the lower tier Mons can do some work.
Yep. And yeah, so we just pressed Taunt, like I said, just in case it was Stealth Rocks, and we protect to see what he's gonna do as he shows Volt Switch. So perfect. We do know that that's gonna come out. We Aerial Ace because I believe I calced and it would only do half. So yeah.
Yeah, and we knew that we were fine taking it, and nothing else really wants to tank Volt Switch from Cobalion. So Aerodactyl's the best bet.
Yeah. So here we just go for Protect because Fake Out. And also in case he doesn't go for Fake Out. Then they go for Bullet Punch. I forgot that it had Bullet Punch, honestly.
Yeah, that was unfortunate.
Yeah. But honestly, if we switched, they would have just went for Thunder Punch or something on something else, so it's like, it's fine.
I'm also contemplating what would be the best thing to tank it. Maybe Skarmory. Maybe it would have been best to switch into Skarmory there.
Mm-hmm.
But we also don't know if it has like Fire Punch and stuff like that, so...
Yeah. So, but honestly, like, Aerodactyl was good in this matchup, but, I mean, we're flying, so basically everything's good in this matchup, so it's not really that bad. Aerodactyl
was honestly our way to get a lot of information, especially with the Protect and the Taunt. So I think it served its purpose pretty well. Didn't kill anything, but it weakened Cobalion and gave us some knowledge, so...
Yeah. And so here, we just go for Air Slash here. I sort of knew Terrakion was going to come in because that's the only thing that could really take one at this point. Cobalion's a little too weak now. But it was just safer just to go for Air Slash. In hindsight, we probably could have went for Dazzling, but then if Infernape came in, it would have outsped, and that's a whole nother story.
Yeah, I think Air Slash was just the safe neutral option here. Also, if they stayed in, it could flinch, so...
True. So we just switch into Skarmory here as they sadly Stone Edge crit. Yeah. This is the point where I was like, okay, it's 70 damage even with a crit to a max defense Skarmory. That's a little weird. That sounds like banded. Calcs, and it was banded, so a little weird that... What's up?
That's good to know, but it's definitely an interesting choice from them.
Yeah, because the thing is, now we know that, like, we're faster than it with Fumons, so that's pretty good. But, yeah, we just let Skarmory die here, sadly, with that crit. It's just sort of useless. But we just Dazzle Gleam to knock out the Terrakion, get rid of it. So, now they know that we are Scarf, but I think that's okay. They just go back into Infernape because they know that they're faster. We just go into Drifblim here on the Thunder Punch, which, alright. So, pops our Citrus, which means we are 2 times faster than we were before, and our Acrobatics does 110 damage now. So, yeah, this is gonna be fun to watch.
Now it's time for Drifblim to start wrecking. So we just heal up safely. We're not sure what they're going to use immediately, so we just go for a safe Strength Sap, which against Cobalion doesn't do too much because it's probably running a special set. But heals us up on anything that they come against, and now we can just start wrecking people with Acrobatics.
Yep. Yeah, so yeah, we do 40%, so we will kill it next time it comes out. Volt Switch, of course, doesn't kill. We did calc before to make sure, so it doesn't. And Pangoro comes in and dies to an Acrobatics. I've never seen a Drifblim kill a Pangoro, so I was pretty happy about this.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they expected us to be running max attack Drifblim.
Honestly, I wouldn't have.
It's very possible that they thought they would have lived. They thought maybe they can take a Strength Sap or something and kill it anyway with a knockoff or another dark move. So that's probably why they brought up Pangoro, but max attack Drifblim, Acrobatics, it's scary.
I'm telling you, man, I'm telling you. See, you were like, we should run it defensive. I'm like, no.
Hey, sometimes you gotta murder with the blimp.
Yep. Alright. So, yeah. So, we kill Pangoro, which is awesome. Como comes out. We just Strike Sap, because that's just the best play. We get our health back and see what it wants to go for. As a Clangorous Soul. And
you started panicking, and I was like, we have Haze, right? And you're like, oh yeah. And then you're like, okay, we're fine.
Yeah, and then I see the Throat Spray pops too, and I'm like, wow, I'm scared for my life. And you're like, yeah, Haze. I was like, oh yeah.
So then they have the Cling skills, which lowers their defense, and then we're like, well, we could just kill him.
Yeah, at that point, we could just kill him.
There we go.
Yeah, Drifblim was... It did its job very well this game.
Absolutely.
So, we just go into Togekiss here because we know we can outspeed, and Air Slash kills everything at this point, so kills Cobalion.
So here they're basically... They have Infernape, which is faster, and they have Medicham, which has Bullet Punch. So, it's... At this point, they're in a really bad position, but they do still have the opportunity to take us down. I think Infernape does have Thunder Punch, so against Mantine, that's really scary. Of course, the Bullet Punch against Togekiss is absolutely threatening. And Sigilyph is a little frail, so it might not live a couple of hits. So we still need to play pretty smart, even though we have an advantage here.
Yeah. Yeah. So we need to play smart. Calc this and realize since it's Scarf, it's not going to be doing too much. So it only does 59. We brings it down to 59%, so it does 41. And we Air Slash and of course kill it. So now at this point, all we really need to do is switch out on the Bullet Punch to anything, Mantine, Sigilyph, really anything. So we go into Mantine here to take the
also
fake out.
Fake out, yeah.
Yeah, fake out. And
because if we tanked a fake out Bullet Punch on Togekiss, it would have died, and then the rest of our team wouldn't have the opportunity. We needed to live a Bullet Punch to be able to kill this thing.
Yeah. So with that, since Bullet Punch does not kill, we calced it. I think it did max. I think max was like 55 or something. Mm-hmm. We can live, and we are able to kill it with a Dazzling Gleam because apparently it did more. So yeah,
You know,
that was the game.
honestly, at the end when their Cobalion died, I feel like if they switched into Medicham rather than Infernape and went for the fake out earlier, and kept the Infernape around because it did outspeed, I wonder if we would have been in a worse position.
No, because Infernape can't kill Sigilif in one hit, even with Thunder Punch. It's just its bulkiness in general is just too much. So I think we still would have won with like a 2-0.
Okay, that's right.
But yeah, it was a pretty close game. We thought, honestly, I thought we were gonna lose this one. When I saw that.
I don't know why you were so worried.
I forgot we had Haze. Okay, I'm gonna be real. I forgot.
It's great.
Apparently,
Here, it's a tip for all you team builders out there. If you're not sure what to run as your fourth move, and your Pokemon has Haze, maybe bring Haze.
Yeah.
You never know what because setup, especially against our team, setup is, and just Monotype in general, setup's really scary. Because if they can guarantee outspeeding and one-shotting a lot of things, and you don't have like priority or something, that is terrifying. And that's kind of what our strategy was in the first two games, was outspeed and kill everything in one hit. Kill them before they kill us. And you know, there's some techs around that, like setting up speed and power buffs, so Haze stops it.
True. Yeah. Honestly, I think the MVPs for this match were definitely Drifblim and Togekiss. Everything else did its job pretty well, but yeah, what do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. They really stole the show there. Unfortunately, Sigilif didn't get to show any of its face, and Mantine was just a meat shield. But, you know...
Look, man, I wanted to bring it... I wanted to see its face at least once this league, alright?
Yeah, unfortunately, things didn't work out as well as they would have hoped. But, you know, having them around... It's one of those things where, like, if Landorus was there instead of Mantine, would we have made the same plays? Would we have maybe made more mistakes and been overconfident with it or something like that, you know? So I think it allowed us to rely on the Mons that worked the best in those situations, so.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. So yeah, that was our match. Do you know who we're versing next week?
Next week, our team, I'm totally not stalling for time here. Our team, the Absolute X-Skills, are versing the one, the only, I'm bringing up the doc, here it is. Oh, interesting, we're versing Burger and Boop, so the Fairy team.
They're gonna be mad that we stole their Togekiss.
Yeah, they're gonna be plotting vengeance, which is fun. I believe at this point, they are in the lead, right?
Yes, they are. They are undefeated right now.
Okay. Well, let's see if we can change that.
Oh yeah, hopefully. So yeah.
Fairy and Flying are pretty neutral against each other, so it'll be interesting in seeing who comes out on top.
Don't they have Coco though?
They have Tapu Koko, which is terrifying, but we have Skarmory.
Aw, hell yeah, it's gonna live a hit with Sturdy, let's go!
Let's go!
Oh god, well, that's gonna be a fun game. I hope you guys catch that next one. And yeah, I guess that's it, so I'll see you all next time. Peace.